What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Out here in the garage today getting ready for Mod Nationals, and wanted to give you guys a little update before we get on the road. It's currently Tuesday. We leave for Mod Nationals this Thursday, so we got basically one more full day to get ready. And I've been doing a lot of things with the car to get it ready for the race, and I've been doing a lot of things, or a few things for safety as well, which you guys are always getting on to me about. So I'm trying to step my safety game up. The car is getting faster and faster, and you can't put a price on safety. So it's just time. It's been time that I started to be more safety oriented and safety conscious. So I'll show you guys a couple of those things, and I'll show you guys some other stuff that I've done with the car to get it ready for the race. So the first thing and I'm playing the lighting game out here in the garage today, guys. I apologize for that. It's snowing outside. It's like 19 degrees. As you guys know, I live in Tennessee, northern Tennessee, almost up into Kentucky. We got a cold front through last night. There's not a lot of snow on the ground, but it did snow. The roads are all crappy, and it's cold outside, so the garage is closed. And as you guys know, my garage is like a dungeon. It is the most dimly lit garage in the United States, probably. I need to get some better lights for it, but that's for another video, another time, another day. Just deal with my little spotlight I got shining on me over here, and try to get you guys somewhat good quality video. All right, anyways, on to the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I can't remember the gentleman's name, had hit me up in the comments a few videos back about because I wasn't wearing my neck pillow, and then he also said that I should probably get a HANS device. So I took his advice. Thank you for the advice. I don't remember your name, but thanks. And I did get a HANS device, so I'll go ahead and show that to you guys right now. Alright, so this is a HANS device. I'll quickly explain how it works, and then I'll get in the car and put it on and show you guys how it works and how I put it on. This particular HANS device it looks a little different than some other HANS devices that you might find out there. It's the next gen RevLite 2. And if you look up HANS devices, a lot of them have like the original HANS device. This light is terrible over here, y'all. See if I can get it better. Here we go, so we can see it better. You can see the SFI rating right there, next gen. And the difference between this thing and like a regular HANS device is that the original HANS device has the seatbelt portion right here extends down, like, so you see where this cushion is. I only got one hand to work with right here, but this would normally be like the hard plastic right here would continue down over your collarbones. This is kind of a minimalist HANS device, but nonetheless it works. It's very light. It's like a pound or a little bit less than a pound. So you see right here, basically the way this thing works is it sits over my shoulders, and then these little clips right here buckle into these supplied buckles that bolted to my helmet right here, and the harness shoulder straps go over these friction pads right here. It holds this to my body, which in turn, with this being clipped to my helmet, it retains the helmet close to my body. So if I were to get in a wreck and my head, your body's held in by the 5-point harness, but your head is just attached to your body, via your spinal cord and vertebrae and all that stuff. But anyways, not a science class or biology class or whatever here, or human anatomy class, I should say. But anyways, whenever you get in a wreck, your head tries to separate from your body, and what this does is it retains your head to your body to keep you from being injured. I think it's called a basal skull fracture is the worst thing that can happen if you don't have this device on and you get in a head-on collision with a 5-point harness, and that can be fatal. So very important safety device, especially in a race car with a 5-point harness. Your normal passenger car, it has a airbag, and whenever you get in a wreck, the airbag deploys, and that stops your head from moving forward. And then obviously you don't have your 3-point seatbelt in your car isn't going to retain your body in the seat the same way that the 5-point harness does in a race car application. So I'm going to get in the car and show you guys how this fits. Alright guys, so the way that this HANS device works is pretty simple. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how it's put on and how it's worn in the car. how it's put on and how it's worn in the car. And it's pretty simple to put on. So I just put it over my neck like this right here. Obviously, if I was racing, I would have my fire suit or fire jacket on, my gloves and everything else. But for demonstration purposes, I'm just gonna put the HANS on and show you guys how it does, or how it works. So I have the helmet here, and on the helmet, you guys have seen, it's got these clips right here, or these locks that the clips on the around the HANS clip into. But before I put the helmet on, I'm gonna put my harnesses on. So you guys can't see in the camera, but I'm connecting the harness down here at my waist area. And then this is the important part right here. So the two top parts of your harness go over these friction pads right here on the HANS device. So it's kind of weird getting them over there. And I've got the camera to look at here, but I won't have it normally, so I just kind of have to feel for the belts. And I probably should have Sarah help me with this normally, because this is kind of a task now, but it's definitely something that was needed. Definitely, if you have a 5-point harness and you don't have a HANS device, then you're wrong. I've been doing it wrong for a long time, amongst other things, which I'm gonna fix. I know you guys are always getting on to me in the comments. So get the belt clipped in. So the straps, these top two straps for my harness are over the HANS here, or the next gen, and it has these nice little retainers right here so the belt can't slide off. So now what I'll do is put the helmet on. So the helmet's on. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And so these clips back here, these little metal clips right here go into these buckles back here. So kind of something I'm gonna have to work on some muscle memory for. But so that one's clipped in. Go to this side, clip this one in. Alright, so those are clipped in. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. And then I got my red tethers right there. That's my quick releases for getting out of the HANS device. So now that those are clipped in, the last thing I need to do is make sure that my belts are tight, and I push this HANS device all the way back to the back of the seat. Even though my neck isn't back there, I want that all the way at the back of the seat. So I make sure it's slid all the way back against the seat, and then I tighten down my belts right here. Tighten that down. That's what I'm doing. Tightening them down right now, so I can feel this thing getting tight over my shoulders. And basically, you can see how this thing works. What it does is it keeps the helmet attached to the HANS, which is held to my body by the seat belts here. So if I were to get in a crash, and I'm held in the seat by this harness, whenever I get in the crash, my head isn't going to try to separate from my body. It's going to get to this point right here probably. You guys can see I can't push it any farther, and it's going to stop my head from trying to separate from my body. And obviously, if I'm racing, I'm going to have this visor down right here, but just for demonstration purposes, it's up right now. But like I said, I'm gonna make sure I put that down from this point on, especially with how fast the car is getting. Safety is important. So you guys can see it's not too bad. It's a little bit of a hassle. Let me see if I can get the camera where you guys can see it a little bit better. You guys can see from the side right here how it retains the helmet and retains your head to your body, so it can't try to separate from your body and whip and cause any kind of spinal cord injuries. See if you guys can see it from the other side. See right there. So yeah, this thing's pretty simple. And then just to get out of it, I hit my quick releases right here. Take the helmet off, and then release the belts and get out of it. So really nice piece. Not the cheapest thing in the world, but you can't put a price on safety. So that's that for the next gen RevLite 2 HANS device. So got a couple of other things done down here again, no light, and got a couple of things done for, you know, getting ready for my nationals. And one was I had my drag radials were worn out, so I got a fresh set of Mickey Thompson 275/60 R15 Radial Pros, which is what I always run. You guys can see that the sticker is still on there. It's customary to keep the stickers on the tires and do a your first burnout, you burn the stickers off. So doing that when I get to my nationals. You guys know my car doesn't really like to wheelie, but just in case, with how low my oil pan hangs, and it almost, in this video right here, it almost looks like my oil pan hangs lower than these, so I put these oil pan savers on here. They're made by S&W race cars, and basically what those do is they protect your oil pan in the event that you do a wheelie and you slam back down. That bar will hit the ground before your oil pan does. And I have a very low hanging oil pan, so these things are like maybe 1/8 of an inch lower than the oil pan, so they may or may not work, but they're better than nothing. I thought they hung a little lower based off some measurements, but they don't. But yeah, that's just another thing I wanted to share with you guys. And then also, as you guys can see right there, it looks like it's hanging super low to the ground. Let's see if I can get the lighting a little better. So it's hard to see, guys, because I don't have the car jacked up. But I did go ahead and put an engine diaper on the car right here. So I was slacking and I didn't do a video on this for you guys, but I have had this on the car for a little while now, since I've been pushing it. This is the Motion Raceworks, obviously. The Motion Raceworks engine diaper for a Coyote with Moroso pan, but it fits really well on the car. And I can't get over there and show you guys how it goes on the car, but basically it has clips that bolt to the header bolts or wherever you need to bolt them to, and you can hold this thing up. So that about does it for the upgrades that I wanted to show you guys. Especially I wanted to show you guys the HANS device and the safety aspect with that. And then obviously the engine diaper, something that was really needed, and the oil pan saver's not so much. But wanted to show you guys, give you guys an update, because I mainly only been putting up videos of me racing, so I wanted to do somewhat of an update of what's been going on with the car. So the car's pretty much cleaned up and ready to go, waxed, all that stuff. I got her looking as pretty as you can make an old beat up race car for the race. Got to get the trailer and stuff ready. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but the next video you guys should see will be us getting to SGMP in Valdosta, Georgia, to Mod Nationals. We're going to run the 2-valve versus 3-valve underdog class again. There's going to be some fast cars in that class this year. There was fast cars in that class last year, but it's only getting faster and faster. I believe this is the 4th year that Justin Young has hosted Mod Nationals. So the race has just gotten bigger and bigger every year. It's a really great race. If you guys, any of you mod motor guys out there, I highly recommend y'all getting out to it if you have the time and money. So we're going to continue getting ready, and we're going to get on the road Thursday, and I'll see you guys down in Valdosta.